It was somewhere between the toughened nipples of winter and the warm breath of spring that I began thinking about the rain. It can do some funny things, the rain. Changes things. Makes things grow, makes things rust, gets things wet, and fucks up Little League. Reminds me of the rain dogs. Poor souls. They become lost after the rain washes away their scent of home, thus barring their return. After the rain, you see all these dogs that seem lost, wandering around. Hell, maybe I'm a rain dog.
She's never been to New Jersey, but she'd love to. She always listens to the Beatles in California.
How long have you been playing?
Well, it's tough to say, friend. A few years, I suppose. You see, I have trouble remembering things. Well, for as long as I've been on Coney Island, for sure.
There's $1.25. Go fuck yourself.
Coney Island is just like Atlantic City, if Atlantic City became a crack hole. You see, I wasn't the only one making a life for myself on this stretch of wooden boards and sun. There was Otis, the dancing man, Handsome Huey, and the greatest enigma of us all, Frank the Freak. Otis started showing up here several months ago, bringing with him a plethora of twists, jukes, and turns which, I have to admit, were very impressive. Apparently, he had a short stint as a background dancer on Janet Jackson's most recent world tour, but I can't be too sure about it. Anyways, Otis was always enthusiastic, and usually drew the biggest crowds. Then there was Handsome Huey. He would have won the best dressed superlative in high school for sure. If you ask me, he was always a bit of a cake boy. Anyway, Huey once told me that he had Dean Martin's blood running through him. He was my great uncle, he would sometimes say. All I know is that Huey's been crooning for people on the boardwalk for years. And on nights when it's tough to sleep, the lullaby of Handsome Huey works better than any Ambien pill could ever hope to. And then there's Frank. Frank makes a life for himself by getting shot at with paintballs by local teenagers. Although certainly not the most glamorous of professions, it's quickly becoming the most popular spot on the boardwalk. Living on a steady diet of donated garlic knots and Italian ices, Frank manages to survive. We rarely speak, but there is something comforting about having him around. Like the way...
Hi!
Well, the queen of the aquarium. How are things over there?
They're okay. I guess there are worse things than coming from smelling.
Oh, did I forget to mention Roxanne? She doesn't live on the boardwalk, but works at the Coney Island Aquarium. She's also an artist, which may explain why she took the time to come over to talk with a scruffy-looking accordion player. Either way, she's a great friend and inspiration, and her artwork adorns my home. She's a rose, she's the pearl, she's the spin on my world. All the stars make their wishes on her eyes.
I have a couple minutes. I just wanted to swing this by you.
Oh, wow. It's actually pretty good.
Thanks.
I'll put it in the Roma with all the rest.
The Roma, is this like the Remy Museum of Modern Art?
No. It's the Russian Organization of Male Athletes. Yes, it's the Remy Museum of Modern Art. And it's beautiful, actually. You should come by sometime.
Like come to your house?
Absolutely.
Home's a funny thing. It seems like everyone is always looking for their way home or looking to feel at home. There's a certain comfort that comes over a man when he comes home. For me, it's just the opposite. I'm always wanting to leave and find someplace new.
She's my Coney Island baby. She's my Coney Island girl.
Hello there, little lady. Couldn't help but notice your beautiful sketch.
Well, thank you, but I'm not that little.
Well, you may have a point there, but it's still a beautiful sketch.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You know, I'm actually some of an artist myself. Name's Remy.
Roxanne.
Pleasure to meet you, Roxanne.
You too. An artist in what sense of the word?
Well, the only kind of drawing I can do is color by number. But I'm a musician. An accordion player, actually. The foundation of any musical fusion.
My grandfather was an accordion.
Really?
No.
I didn't think so.
So what style of music is it?
It's the kind of music when you mix a duck and a radio.
Right. So that originated in Eastern Europe? Or?
Exactly right. You know, if I could be frank, Roxanne, most people don't usually show the same class or finesse when talking with me. They usually just kind of treat me like some kind of freak. No offense.
Well, I'm still going to be Roxanne. But I can't imagine why not. Because you seem alright, Remy. You could be a total fuck-up psychopath with a bunch of diseases and a head full of problems.
Well, I guess I'll just have to wait and see. Did you hear that?
Question! Have you two ever heard of beatbox?
I guess.
Well, look, I'm totally aware that everybody has to be approached by some random poor guy, but allow me to give you my latest creation, Mario Brothers Level 1 and Level 2, The Dungeon. It's in everything you might find me worth a couple dollars. Can I go for it? Can I do 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 it?
That's fine.
All right. Level 2. It's better than supporting some guy shaking a cup.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It's ridiculous.
What are you laughing at?
It was strange, no?
That was my dad. No, seriously, that was my dad.